Today we'll finish off, wrap up the Maimer Machar Chodesh. In the beginning of the Maimer we asked a few questions. The questions were, what is so important with the Haftarah of Machar Chodesh that it overrides the halacha that one must say the Haftarah me'ena parsha and something which is similar to the parsha. And here every Erev Rosh Chodesh we end up with this Haftarah. And seemingly it's only the first two words that are important. The rest of the story has nothing to do with what we're talking about. Moreover, what is the whole concept of the chitzim? Why does he give him specifically the sign with the bows and arrow? And the concept, the idea that the Rebbe is explaining in the Maimer is that Machar Chodesh, tomorrow, Hayoim la'asoisam and Machar l'kabel scharam. Today is the avodah. Today is in our time, during the time of Galus when we work. Machar, tomorrow, is the schar, the reward that we receive, which is Chodesh, the renewal of the moon. She'em asidim l'schadish kamoisa, like we say by Kiddush Levana, the renewal of the moon, the new moon, which is the revelation of Mashiach. Says Yahaina Santa David, Machar Chodesh. There's a big gili of Chodesh, of the renewal that comes tomorrow. But in order to do that, we need to do an avodah now. And the question that Yonasan was asking Shaul, because Shaul was the king and he was the one who was the beginning. There's 3 mitzvahs that the Jewish people have to do in order to come into Eretz Yisrael. To appoint a king, to destroy Amalek, and to build a Beis HaMikdash. At that time, Shaul was the first king, and had he done what he was supposed to and destroyed Amalek, the Beis HaMikdash would have been built and Galus would have been over. Therefore, it's in Shaul's hands. Shaul is the one who's able to know where are we holding now with the Birurim. And that was the question, where are we holding with refining the world? Because in order to get to Machar Chodesh, in order to get to the revelation of the renewal of the time of Mashiach, it's dependent on the Avodah now, because the Avodah now is what prepares for it. The Avodah of Birurim, because when Mashiach comes, what's the idea of Mashiach? The godliness is revealed in the world. When do we do that Avodah now? That's the Avodah of Birurim now, which that's the Avodah of Keshes. That's the Avodah of Chitzim, of pulling the bow. We pull it backwards and we shoot the arrow, which means we reach till the very lowest place and bring down the arrow by pulling it back, the arrow and the revelation of godliness. And that was the sign, and that was the question that he wanted to know and find out from Shaul. Are we ready? Is it Shalom Lach Chai Hashem, which means it's peace, it's time already now for the Yom Shekulei Shabbos? Or Leich Yishlochacha Hashem, it's time still, there's still a need for the Avodah of Birurim. There's still a need to continue refining the world, revealing the essence of godliness in the world, because that's how we will reveal the Gilui of Mashiach. How can we do that? You may ask. How is it possible? And that's why he says, Leich Yishlochacha Hashem, you're a shliach. You're sent by Hashem, and therefore you have the power, because it's Hashem who sends you to do it, and you have the shlichus being that you're a shliach of Hashem, therefore you have His power and you have the ability to reveal the essence of godliness in this physical world. And this is the essence of what he was asking him. Did we come yet to the time of Laila Kayoim Yoyer, when the night will already shine like the day? Because this is the idea. In the time of Yetzias Mitzrayim, when there was the beginning, the first Geulah, and the beginning of the preparation for the revelation of Mashiach. At that time, especially by Kriyas Yamsov, when there was the Kriyas Yamsov, which was the preparation for the Torah being able to come down in the world, then it says, Vayihi ha'anon va'achoshech va'yo'er es halayla. The darkness illuminated the night, which means the darkness itself shone. The darkness itself, it doesn't say the light shone the night, but rather the darkness itself is what made the night shine. Vayoyer es halayla. The darkness shone, that's like the Gili of the time of Mashiach. But then what caused the darkness to shine? It came from a great light of Nigla Aleim Malach Malchi Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem revealed himself, which means there was a light from above that caused the darkness to shine. It still wasn't shining on its own, which that's the main idea of the Gili of Lasid. Not Iskafia, not Ishafcha, but rather take the darkness itself, the material world itself, and bring out in it the Helam Ha'atzmi, the essence of how the darkness itself shines. That's the Gili of Mashiach. Laila Kayom Yoyer. The night itself shines just like day, not because of a revelation of something else, like at the time of Kriyas Yamsov, but rather just like the day shines, the night itself will shine as well. That's what causes the idea of the tshuva, of tzaddikim doing tshuva in the time of Mashiach, because the tzaddikim realize whatever I've done now was all light, was all shine, was all an existence of light. Now when it comes to the revelation of Mashiach, the essence is revealed. It causes the tzaddik, even Moshe Rabbeinu, to leave his existence, because now it's the essence, the Helam Ha'atzmi, the concealment of the essence of God, of the world itself, begins to shine and show the reality of the world. And this is the reason why it says in the Zohar that if Mra'isa Keshes Begavnin Nihirin Sapei Leraglav Shel Mashiach, if you see a rainbow with very bright colors, then you know that you're ready to await the feet of Mashiach. What does that mean, the feet of Mashiach, and what's the idea of the rainbow? Now the rainbow, we know that Reb Shimon ben Yochai said in the course of his life, there was never a rainbow, because a rainbow is a sign of destruction. A rainbow shows that Hashem wants to destroy the world. This is the covenant that Hashem won't destroy the world. But what's the maila? What's the good thing of the rainbow? But the idea of the rainbow, and it's true, yes, the rainbow wasn't necessary in the time of Reb Shimon ben Yochai, because a rainbow is the concept of darkness. A rainbow means that the world is at a state where it should be destroyed. And yet, that same rainbow is the sun shining through the clouds, which means it's the darkness itself shining. When that rainbow comes with the bright colors, meaning that the world itself, the darkness itself, is shining with the ultimate shine, that's the Gili of Primius Atik, that's the essence of godliness that's revealed in the essence of the world. That means now we're ready for the coming of Mashiach. And yet the words is Tzapei Leraglav Shel Mashiach. Await the feet of Mashiach. It's not yet the essence of Mashiach himself, because in the end of the day, it's still, what you're seeing is still the sun, is still the shine. The ultimate essence of Mashiach is when it's not even the shine, it's just the darkness itself is the ultimate shine without having the shine of the sun. And that's what David HaMelech wanted to know. That's what Yonasan was looking, what David HaMelech wanted to know. Where are we holding? Is the world itself ready? Is the chitzim mimcha v'hala, is it still far away, these birurim? Is it still not there? Or is it here already, and therefore it's time ready for Chai Hashem? And at that time he told him it still wasn't the time. It still wasn't the time, because it still wasn't the Gili of Lasid Lavei. But they already prepared themselves. They said that now it's time to go and continue doing this avodah in the world, revealing the essence of the reality of what the world really is inside the world. And that's why they ended off the Haftarah with Ad Vayivku Ishes Reyehu, Ad David Higdil. They cried on each other's shoulder until David became greater. Yonasan is the idea of study. Yonasan is the son of Shaul. Shaul is the sphere of Bina, understanding, the breadth of understanding. Yonasan is the continuation of that understanding. David is Kabbalah Sel, the yoke of heaven, work in the physical world. The idea of Kabbalah Sel, without understanding, without feeling, doing it because that's the essence, revealing the essence of godliness. And that's David Higdil. That now they said it's time, in order to bring this revelation in the world, we need to have the Gili of David. that till it brings Higdil v'hifli avaya lasis ba'aretz, the amazing power and the unbelievable power of Hashem in this physical earth, which is revealing the Halam Ha'atzmi, the essence of concealment, which that will be ultimately revealed at the coming of Mashiach. So, in very short words, to sum up what we learned in this Maimer is, first of all, in the avodah of a person, we can do things in a way of iskafia, to understand it. We can do things in a way of ishafcha, to go totally out of ourselves. But the main avodah, and that's the avodah now of Sfiras Eimer, and that's the avodah that we're preparing for the coming of Mashiach, by revealing in the world itself, in the concealment of the world, in the darkness of the world, in the essence of where we know that we're not in the place of light, we're not in a place of revelation. We look at our own existence of our animal soul, and our own existence of the bitterness of the animal soul, of how far away it is from Hashem, and that darkness itself brings us to a yearning we don't understand, and we don't know where we're going, we don't know what we want, what we're looking for. We only know that to be in the existence where it's away from Hashem, that we can't have, and therefore we have this unbelievable yearning to connect, which brings that the essence of our reality in the physical material world becomes connected with the essence of Hashem, and that itself is what reveals and brings down the Chodesh, the renewal of the moon itself, the revelation of Mashiach Bimheira V'Yameinu, that should be revealed right away. Mitzvah Hashem, we're going to continue with the next Maimur Svartam Lachem next week, Mitzvah Hashem, which also talks and explains to us the avodah of Sfiras Eimer, which is also the idea of the avodah of Birurim, of refining and elevating the essence of the physical and material world and the animal soul.